All right, just let me know when. That's all I said.
Good.
Still stands true. You good? All right.
Gucci.
Oh, you know what? I fucked up. Hold on. I'm not. I'm not ready. Unfortunately.
Wow.
Listen,
Come on, Techie.
listen. I thought it was Gucci. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Perfect. All right, I'm
Oh,
good now.
yeah, that reminds me. Okay,
Hit record. Make sure your volume's
hit
down so
record.
we don't hear it. I can hear you in the hear your phone in the mic.
All right, we're good.
Yep.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nomad Gamers podcast. I am 1/3 of your Nomad. Stop it! I am 1/3. I am 1/3 of your Nomad Gamers, Kaiser Chungus. That's obviously God's father, and then over there is also Fireball,
You know what
and
you
we
forgot
make
to
up
do?
your Nomad Gamers. What?
You forgot to put us in our order.
No, actually, I'm trying out this new order. Considering we're not in our official positions right now, I figured this actually flows a bit better, um, and I think it does. Unironically. With
Yeah,
that
I
being
like it.
said, we make up your Nomad Gamers. I want to give a shout out to our YouTube viewers. We are up to 29 subscribers. That's I believe a 3 subscriber gain since the last time. That's awesome. Love to hear that. Love to see that. We appreciate your viewership. Keep liking, commenting, and subscribing. Share us around. Show us out to people. You know, we want to grow and be able to bring this to more people. You know, we love this. For our Facebook viewers, we appreciate you as always, and you are knocking it out of the park. We are at 88 followers of the 100 follower goal. I either that's a 2 follower increase or it's the same. I'm not 100% certain because I don't
I think it's a
remember
two.
checking it last
I think it's
time.
+2.
Yeah, so we're edging there, getting a little closer. Can't wait to bring this to you guys live. That's going to be so much fun to have that level of interaction on.
We are
Now, with
live.
that being said, hold
Real
on.
quick,
I'm going to also. How did you
just
get
to
louder?
clarify, Crest Rider says I'm super quiet. I'm just testing something really quick.
Okay.
So keep going. Go ahead and keep going.
Go ahead,
Well,
Chungus.
I'm going to keep telling you. I want to give a shout out to Fireball's TikTok, his Instagram, his Kick, his Twitch. Thank you guys for viewing. Thank you for tuning in to watch and interacting. We appreciate you and all that you give us, your attention, your hard earned attention.
I think I'm gonna
Um,
flip something real quick.
all gravy.
And
Moving
also,
moving over to
Chungus.
Godfather's. I was getting there. Jeez, I work up to it. It's long winded, but it's presenting.
Trying to be like
I want to
Fireball.
give a I do it better. And I want to give a good shout out
Yeah,
to
I'm not too
to
sure.
God's fathers.
I'm gonna have to.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me do the intro. Shut the fuck up. Motherfucker. I want to give a shout out to God's Fathers Facebook. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Can't wait to see what comments pop up on that. Can't wait to see the interaction from that. With that being said,
And
that
my
is our
Twitch.
socials.
Or my Twitch.
I didn't know you were going to your Twitch too. Thank you,
Yep.
Twitch viewers as
Yeah, I'm
well.
on Twitch.
Yeah,
There we
The
go.
only
go
thing
check
that
them
we
out.
are not the only thing that we are not live on right now is YouTube, and you will be able to catch that when we do our beautiful editing of it
Hey,
and Chungus uploads it.
people are saying they can't hear me. I gotta adjust it.
You mute yourself when you touch your mic. It hurts my ears. God damn it. That's what I mean. I don't care if you adjust. Just mute that shit. It hurts.
Try
Um,
turning hey, try turning up your volume just a little bit.
What?
welcome to the Shire, by the way.
Try turning up your volume just a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Today,
boys, we're through
as
our
always,
intros. It took us a little bit, but we got there.
industry news. It took us 3 minutes.
I
Actually,
got
someone
I
said that's
got
a
some
perfectly
very interesting news.
perfectly adequate length for an intro.
All right. So, what's your news?
So, Nintendo
Oh Lord.
Nintendo has came out and has
The closet.
Nintendo has re-released their what is it, EULA, or their user agreement.
UELA.
Yep,
UELA.
they re-released their user agreement and modified it for the Switch 2 to come out and say that a physical copy of the game is not a physical copy anymore. It's just an unlock key to the game. On top of that,
Yeah, we covered that.
on top of that,
No, that's not what he's saying. Go on, listen. You gotta listen. Continue.
on top of that, if you buy a Switch 2, you no longer own the Switch 2, you only have a licensing agreement to it, meaning that Nintendo can come in and shut off your Switch 2 at any time. Like if you were to modify, let's say you were to pick up custom Joy-Cons that are not Nintendo certified, they could come in and brick your Switch 2.
He doesn't, and he's not talking
Okay.
about physically doing it. He means that they can just shut off your access to like the
Yeah, I
Nintendo
know.
Switch servers and whatnot.
Yeah.
I have,
Big deal.
you know, that's on them. I already stated my opinions on companies doing shit like this, and I'm just gonna stick my I'm standing my ground. God damn it.
On top of the fact that what the other thing that really pisses me off is why are we paying $10 more for a physical copy when it's not even a physical copy anymore?
There's no point anymore.
Yeah.
It's just to have the case. I guess if you get like a deluxe, a limited edition, get the steel book and a collector's item or something like that at that point. But if you're spending that much money on there, you don't really care about the physical portion of the
Real
game
quick,
itself.
because Chris Ryder's very fired up on this, and he is already just kind of
Oh Lord.
going. He said, "Nintendo can eat a dick for all the bullshit they're pulling." He said it's the EULA. And
Yeah,
then he
I
said,
fucked up. I literally said it like, oh, it's EUL because end user license agreement.
Mhm.
I fucked up. Dyslexia.
he
Sorry.
said they cannot tell you that you don't own the physical device that isn't legal. They are able to remotely brick the thing is bullshit.
Well, I hate to say this, but I think this is going to be all the consoles moving forward.
I'll stick to PC.
Yeah,
That sucks. Suck. Don't
mean-
don't ruin a good thing. Literally, why
Well-
why ruin a good thing like
well, this is the thing that like kind of stumps me is you have every single console that has they have third-party controller makers that come out and make custom controllers. Why are you? I mean,
still have to buy the controller. Like that's still a part of it. Like they still make money regardless.
yeah, I know, but it's like
Because like the companies that do the customizations, they still buy the controllers and just customize them and still sell them. They're still making money.
right.
Sorry, that was it. I just like that. Yeah, trust me. Nintendo, keep it up. I promise you. I promise you,
Well,
the
and
easiest
even
way
then,
to lose
the
your
only
your
reason-
your goodwill is to do shit like this.
Well,
Keep
the thing
doing
is,
it.
the funny thing is us complaining about this. We aren't the target audience
Oh, absolutely not.
because you have those people that will sit there and buy Nintendo no matter what because they want to play Mario. They want to do that. If they were to, actually allow their IPs to be played on on other consoles or other platforms, they would not be relevant.
Yeah, I get they have to stick to their exclusiveness, but at the same rate, you start to get to a point of where you're going just a slight bit too far. It's slippery slope fallacy. You know what I mean? Like you give them an inch, they will take a mile, and Nintendo is the best example of that. That's why anytime they go into court, it's almost a guarantee that they will probably win. And when they lose in court, it's a very big deal.
He said, "Yeah." Chris
Very
Ryder
big
said, "Yeah, sounds like my days as a console player are over. Either that,
Dude.
or I'll stick to the old shit and go sail the high seas."
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, if you don't want me to upgrade anymore, I won't. I'll go back and play Call of Duty Black Ops 6 for the rest of my fucking life. I will do it.
I'll go back and play Black Ops 2 for the rest of my life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I legitimately
I'll go
have
back and play none of them.
myriad. Yeah, but you have a myriad of games in your library that you just never touched or haven't touched much or played so long ago that you can just play them forever.
I'll
Like
go
there are
back to
games
playing
out.
Destiny.
Oh, oof. You all right? You need some like mental help. Like if you need some resources, I can.
Oh, I fucking
know
hate that game.
I can get you.
But it's my favorite game. Says every Destiny 2 player.
Yeah, I used to be like that, and then I broke my addiction. Year sober, as they say.
You're what? A
Yeah,
year and a half
heard.
sober now?
No. It'll be a year in June, but it will be a year sober. It's amazing.
But another, if nobody else has got something, I got another thing.
I do, but you're on a roll. Go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you.
Fallout TV show.
Yeah.
They
stole
just
my.
Walter Goggins just announced that they finished production.
It's coming out in December, by the way.
Yep, it's coming out in December, and it has been renewed for up to 5 seasons.
Sod Howard, don't fuck this up.
He will.
Don't fuck it up. That's all I gotta say. I like the opinions. You know, everybody has their opinions, even if they're wrong or they're right. Doesn't matter.
Chris Ryder
I
said.
happen to very much enjoy. Go ahead. I'll let the audience. Talk.
Chris Ryder said, "I'll stick to Steam. Maybe it's time to get a Steam Deck or an ROG Ally."
Seriously,
ROG, I
that's what
love
it's looking
ROG
like.
though. ROG is pretty good.
That's what it's looking like,
But
man.
Fallout, back to the Fallout TV show.
Yes,
This
I enjoyed the first
this
season
is the
thoroughly.
only
I
video
genuinely
game
liked it.
adaptation that I still have hope for. The Last of Us, I've lost all hope for, and that's something that I'm gonna
Ah,
cover
dude.
next. I will cover
Let's
that
just get into it
next.
right here. Well, unless you know what, hold on, Godfather, do you have anything? Because this is it's a big burrito of a big can of worms. If we're gonna open it, I want to make sure you can get your news that you have set up and ready to talk about out. No, okay.
Nope, I'm good.
I'm
All right,
I'm of
The Last
mixed
of Us Part
opinions.
2. Let's jump
I'm
into
on
that
mixed
first.
opinions. The game or the show? Because we
Both.
gotta let's talk about the show first.
Oh, dumbass.
So let's
Uh-oh.
talk about the show first.
Yeah.
You know, we are and I will say the three of us gamers. I feel like I can say with perfect, not like speaking for anybody because we've talked about this a lot. We prefer if a video game adaptation is made on a TV show or a movie that you follow the source material.
To a T. If they made it frame by frame, that would be perfect. And I know people like, but let people create their own. Use your own IP. I'm sick and tired of Hollywood getting their grubby fucking hands on source material and not following in almost any of it, but in name alone. Like with the Halo show, to be for example, the Master Chief does not take off his fucking helmet. He doesn't have the emotions that a normal human does because he's trying to learn how to overcome his fucking training. That's the whole entire point of his character. We see that in 4, 5, and Infinite. His humanity shining through. The gentle moments we see with him with the dead Marines, caressing their body, moving them along gently. And even the pilot in Infinite, him literally going up to him and being like, we all fail at who we're supposed to be. Every life that has been lost, every human life that's been lost because of Master Chief or the lack of action he took or he was not able to save, he feels every single one. He feels like it's his responsibility. He knows at this point in time now, after losing Cortana, that he is not a machine. He is a man and he's allowed to feel things and it's okay to fail. Yet in the show, he's like, I'm going to fucking clap cheeks with the fucking Covenant human spy. Get out of here.
You just topped out your mic. Hold on, real
Hey,
quick.
yeah.
Sorry.
Chris Ryder said,
Sorry.
"You stick to the lore, possibly expand upon it." Or before that, he
Only
said,
enhance, never
he said,
fucking take away or change.
"If you're
things.
playing with an established IP with set lore, you do not get to make creative decisions outside of that. You stick to
Nope.
the lore, possibly expand upon it. You do not throw it away and do whatever the fuck you want."
Yep. And that the Halo show is the best example of that. But getting back to the show we're trying to talk about
The Last
with
of Us
season
Part
2,
2.
I don't know if you've
I've seen.
watched it.
Well, the thing is, me and my girlfriend.
I've been
Me and my
Yeah, go
girlfriend
ahead.
are watching season 1 right now because she actually
Mhm.
thoroughly enjoys it. And I will say, season 1, they did a great job with that, especially considering, like, they're not using spores, they're using the tendrils, you know,
For what show?
The Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Oh,
And, like, the way that it, so far, that way that we've seen, I mean, there's certain things that were still changed in season 1, like Bill and Frank and, um, we just got outside the episode of Bill and Frank, but as of right
It's
now,
it's in their relationship like that is fairly heavily implied. It can
but
be interpreted either way.
isn't
It's
Bill?
never guaranteed.
I know, but
Go ahead.
isn't Bill still alive in the first game?
I'm I
'Cause he's
actually
because
pretty
he's
sure he is because you just you just
mm-hmm,
leave his location. He stays behind
because you take his truck and you leave.
car.
Yeah,
But the implication is that he kills himself. I'm not gonna lie. It's that's why I said it's heavily implied.
I mean, yeah, but like I was like I'm sitting there and I'm watching that episode and you know Bill and Frank die together and I'm like sitting here going, I thought Bill was still alive when Joel and
I
Ellie
didn't
came
like the way
through.
I don't like how they did the poison route. I'm not gonna lie. The
so
Romeo and Juliet route
I'm
was
gonna
kind of cringe.
I'm gonna break in here for just a
Yeah,
second.
go ahead.
So we're not going to rehash the whole Grand Theft Auto 6 crap because I really don't feel like getting into it. But I just ran across that there is a lot of smoke out there right now saying that Rockstar Games has remastered GTA 4 and is set for release in 2025. This is not just coming from this is not just coming from one source. This is coming from damn near every single source that I ever use.
Do you
IGN, Game and Giggle or Gibble, Game Rant, GTA forums, Nintendo News,
Yos?
and
Nintendo.
Chris
also
Ryder says
Facebook under.
Chris Ryder says fuck GTA 4.
Hey, hey, hey.
Well,
Settle down. Okay,
I'm not saying this
The car's
to.
handled like shit, he
Uh,
says.
that was the fun part.
I'm not saying this
Swing
to
set of
stir up
death.
any kind of bullshit, but I just ran across it and I was like, what the hell? So when I ran across it, I threw it through the old Google, and the old Google, it's everywhere.
I have
However, there's no release date for 2025 yet.
I have also seen, and this will be pretty cool if Bethesda does this as well. I have been seeing that with the with the start of the Fallout TV show season 2 in New Vegas, that there's speculation that there's going to be a New Vegas remaster along with it.
I hope not.
Listen, you can hope all you want. I'm, I'm. It. It's taking such an effort to keep myself calm right now. Um, I legitimately we used to wish for times like these. And I know the whole controversy with like remasters and whatnot, but as we have stated in the previous episode, go back and watch if you want to, get tuned up to the unteenth degree. But the way that it should always go, you know, main release, you do a remaster, main release, but only after a certain amount of time, like 10 or so years, right? 10 or more years. That way you can reach the next generation for that game, and that's fine, right? As long as you're still releasing new IPs or at least new additions to old IPs, like Elder Scrolls, Bethesda. Listen,
We need a new Elder
if I
Scrolls.
want to, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been waiting since 2011. 2011 when Skyrim came out, man. 2011.
Yeah, they gave you
If
Skyrim
I don't,
remastered.
if I don't, fucking Elder Scrolls 6 before I'm 30, I'm gonna crash out. If I don't see Fallout
Uh,
5 or a variation of Fallout game before I'm 30, I'm gonna
hey
crash out.
Chungus,
Hmm.
hey Chungus. So I
Hmm.
just looked it up on Google,
Don't do
and
this to me.
right now it's just
Don't do this to
fans
me.
wanting it done.
No.
Uh, there is nothing from any of the reputable sources that uh, that's saying this. I would,
Why? Why are you
if I was
breaking
a
my heart
betting
like
man,
this? Why are you doing this
if
to me?
if if I was a betting
Why?
man, I would say GTA 4 has more of a chance of being remastered than New Vegas.
Chris
Sorry,
Ryder
man, but
said, "We've been
Broke
waiting
my heart.
14 years for the next Elder Scrolls, and people have the audacity to say that it's in the way of their precious Fallout."
He's correct. I I'm not gonna. He's correct. However, I do want either or at this point. Like, give me one of them.
Okay, well,
Come on.
back to
and
The
it won't
Last
be
of
Elder
Us.
Scrolls.
Oh yeah, back to the back to the Last of Us.
Oh,
So I was speaking on the first season. They did some changes, like not having spores and the tendrils instead. A change like that, I am somewhat okay with because it's still, it's along in the vein of within the universe, right? And I
Mhm.
did want to speak on the like sticking to the source material to a T. I will say this much at least, like speaking on source materials like the Invincible comics versus the show. It's been stated by the creators of the show and the creator of the comics that they're doing the show as like a redo of the comics, like what they changed to make it better, and that's what they're doing, right? But it's by the original creator,
Mhm.
so that's I can understand and be okay with when you have a project that's like The Witcher, The Last of Us, Halo, and you don't have the original creators or writers there, like actually it's like, oh, this is what we would do differently to make it better, tell the story in a bit more cohesive manner. You just have other writers changing everything. for no reason. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, they made changes. I'm gonna be honest with you. Speaking on part two now, season two, I didn't like the game for the story. Gameplay was phenomenal. I'm not gonna be mad about the fucking gameplay whatsoever.
Chris Ryder said, "quote unquote," fuck the Elder Scrolls. Sorry, I gotta unsub. I can't support this podcast anymore.
Who said that?
Chris
Who
Ryder.
said that?
No.
No,
Who
no,
said
no.
fuck
Which one of
Elder
us
Scrolls?
said that?
Because I didn't say
Oh.
it.
I didn't either. I just
I didn't
laughed.
say fuck it. I said I'll take either one at this fucking point. I don't care which one. But so they made some, I didn't like the story that much because I don't resonate with, like, they did it in a stupid way. I'm not gonna lie to you. They really tried to make you like
He
Abby
says Gauze
after the
said it.
fact. Oh,
I did not.
hey, listen, we have recorded footage. When I go to edit this, I'll
Yeah.
be able to tell you. I'll look for it. Don't
And
worry.
if I did say it, I was saying it sarcastically, as that's what Bethesda's saying
And I'll
about
point
it.
it out. I'll make sure I'll
Because-
put like annotations and everything on top, pointing at him,
Put a
saying, "Oh, this
timestamp.
motherfucker."
Put a
Timestamp and everything.
Well, you got to look at it in context too. We're getting all these other games,
Yeah.
and Bethesda is treating Elder Scrolls like the redheaded stepchild
isn't-
or Cinderella,
Isn't Oblivion a
and
part of
putting
the
it in
Elder
the
Scrolls
corner
series?
Mm-hmm.
and not giving it any kind of love.
I mean, I know it's
I
not a
don't know.
new. I know it's not a new game, but considering the fact that, like you said, it came out in 2006 and they remastered it almost 20 years later.
Oh yeah, that one. I think so.
It's
I mean,
been
it's
listen. It's been 14 years since a new release.
at least
into
they
the
didn't
IP.
give you another Skyrim remaster.
They are planning on it anyway. I don't know what to tell you.
More-
The
or a mobile
ultimate
game online.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls Online's pretty
But
good. I don't know what you're talking about.
I will
it's good.
say this about the Fallout or about the Last of Us TV show. One, so far on season 2, I don't really. There are good things to come from this, but they've changed a lot in season 2, and it's like it's not even. You're not even following source material anymore. You know, spoilers. I will say this. Spoiler alert. So give us about 5 seconds.
Hold on. There you go.
Okay, when Abby kills Joel, Tommy is on in the game. Tommy's on a fucking warpath. Goes to Seattle and tries hunting down the people that killed Joel. In the TV show, you jump like 3 months later and you just see him,
He's an alcoholic,
Yeah.
drinking,
and it's like
depressed.
you see what is it? Ellie and Dima is their name?
Dina.
Dina?
Dina.
Dina.
Yeah.
They go to Seattle to look for Abby. And when they get there, in the game, when Ellie finds out that Dina's pregnant, Ellie freaks the fuck out and is like, "You're a liability now.
You need to leave. You're
You
fucking
need to
waste
leave.
of space, basically.
You're a waste of
Yeah,
space.
like
You're gonna hold me
dead
down."
weight, dog.
Yeah. In the TV show, it's literally, "I'm gonna be a dad." It's like,
Happy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, be like.
However-
Then that's
this is the one
Right.
thing that I will credit to this episode, because this is something that I feel like they didn't really do in the game. When Dina finds out
Isaac.
that Ellie is
Oh no. Okay, you're talking about something else.
immune. In the game, it's literally you run through some spores. Ellie isn't wearing a mask, and Dina's like, "Oh my God, you're infected now." And Ellie goes, "Ha, I'm immune." And then she's like, "Oh my God, yay, I'm pregnant." In the TV show, if I remember correctly, Ellie gets bit like the day before, and overnight Dina is like stayed awake all night, afraid that her friend was gonna turn, pretty much holding a gun to her the entire night, thinking that Ellie's gonna turn. And then when Ellie wakes up and is like, "See, I haven't turned," then it plays into that. I mean, I feel like that has more of an impact when it comes to a on the story, because
Well,
Dina was sitting here freaking out 'cause she's like,
you
"I'm gonna lose my
you
best friend."
see you gave context to the show, but not to the game portion, because the game did it just as well. It's a fact that they're trying to escape getting killed, basically, and it's the only way out is through spores.
Hmm.
And there's only one mask that works. Dina's broke. So
Hey, Fireball.
What's up?
Ellie gives oh come on, let me get this point out real quick. Ellie gives Dina her mask. It's like, it's fine, it's okay. They get forced down there anyway. Dina's freaking the fuck out. Like, here, I'll give you my mask. We can share it. We'll probably be okay. Ellie's like, no, shut the fuck up. Look, I have a bite mark. This was from a long time ago. I'm immune. It's the stakes are still there. It's pretty intense still, but I don't think it plays more. It doesn't play as much on the emotional side of things, which the show hasn't really done too much on in most cases. Um,
I will say that
Go ahead and say your point real
that
quick,
one
Osweiler, because
portion
I have a lot to keep going real quick. Sorry. No?
Oh, continue on.
Okay.
that one portion of the show though, I mean, like you said, it doesn't they don't really play into the emotions of in the TV show, but it seems like in that portion of the TV show they do really well in that. And
I'm
I'm trying to give credit to the show, but at the same time we're going to be dogging on the show a lot today.
I will give credit where credit is due. When the emotion starts to hit or the stakes start to hit, they do hit. I will state the most recent episode. This is still spoilers. Like, I'll put a spoiler warning before we start talking about it,
Just put
and
it
I'll
up at the
put you
top
a
of the
time that
put
put
it
a
at the
time
top.
the timestamp of where you can jump to when we're not talking about spoilers or anything. When Ellie catches up to Nora and has the pipe and starts beating her, like trying to get information out, that is where I'm like, that's the rage I wanted to see the entire time. That's the rage. That's Ellie from the game right there. You see that in that moment. It's like, yeah, show that rage, beat her down type shit. But that's what I wanted to see from Joel too, because like Joel is on demon time. Like, this man is going about slaughtering people.
In
And in the
season
game,
one,
hold on, in the game, there's a portion where
Hurry
you play
this
as
up,
Ellie.
gentlemen.
There's a portion of where you're playing as Abby and you're walking through like the infirmary area. He's like, oh my god, there's so many dead bodies, and there's more coming in by the minute.
you mean
This
Tommy?
is when Joel. Did I say, who did I say? Joel.
Okay,
Joel.
This is when
okay.
Tommy.
We
Hold
got
on.
people who have muted because you two are going through spoilers. So let's wait until let's table this for a week or so, and then let people catch up on that TV show, and then we'll come back to it.
All right, fair. That's fair.
That sounds like
I
a
still have
very
a
good
point.
plan.
It's still a point. Hold on, because I'll get past it. Hold on. I was in the middle of a point. God damn it! That's why I was like, let me finish this point. You're like, okay, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but you
finish
said
it.
Tommy. You said
that.
Joel instead of Tommy.
Yeah. I messed up. Anyway, Tommy is in Seattle fucking shit up. There's like dozens to like
Fixing to fuck you up.
there's like dozens of dead bodies. Like, we're talking
fight.
about dozens. This man was on. He's killing motherfuckers left and right.
Okay,
Anyway,
that's it.
spoiler time over.
All right, so question one for Fireball.
Okay.
Have you seen that new F1 Clash game?
The mobile one?
Yeah.
I've played it. I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of it, just because I play F1 Manager and I play F1 24. It isn't really. It's a mobile game. I'll say that.
So on a mobile scale, what would you put it at? Because you know the mobile scale is different than the console and PC.
I will say for a mobile scale, it is. I would say a 4 out of 5. But being the fact that I've played on console and I've played those kinds of games on console, it's different for me.
Yeah, but you have to grade it where it's at, and it's a mobile game. You can't grade it against a console or PC.
It's pretty much the same thing as like the NASCAR Manager or Top Drives. I mean, Top Drives is different from the NASCAR Manager or F1 Clash, but it's still a racing mobile game.
Also, I got a question for you two Nomies, and I'm going to go one at a time, and then I'm going to make an announcement, and both of you are going to get real pissed, but we're okay. Chungus,
Yes,
have you watched the Minecraft movie?
I have.
Okay, don't spoil it, fucker. Fireball.
Flint and Steel. That is it. That's all the spoilers you're getting.
Chicken Jockey.
So yes, he has watched it.
I asked for a
No,
yes or a
I
no.
have not
goddamn it.
watched it.
Oh, that's okay. That's not a.
But
okay,
it's been
jackass.
spoiled with me on TikTok, so I pretty much know the whole plot.
That's fine. Friday night, it'll be on in the Shire. It is now on digital.
That did not take long at
It
all.
did not take long at all.
It's horrible. I've seen no good.
Well, consider
it's
no good reviews.
hold on,
the
hold
only
on.
reason it did so well in the theaters is because of the memes
Little
going
kids.
forward. No,
Well, that
no.
no. there were way more adults in that movie theater than there were kids. I'm not gonna lie to you when I went to go see
Yeah.
it. I will say this: that Minecraft is a game that reaches multiple generations, so it's going to bring in the audience members from those generations. Sure,
hmm
I'll say this: is it a well-made movie?
No.
Absolutely. Yes, the CGI is pretty decent. The art direction's
Oh,
pretty
I thought
great.
you're talking
Sound
about
design's
story
great.
wise.
No, no,
Fireball.
no, no. Story-wise, dog shit. However, that's not the point. It's one of those
Hey,
types of movies. Like it's like those
Chungus.
80s, early 80s movies. That's just bad, but it's good to
Oh,
watch. You know
I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
like it then. Hey,
Yeah, yeah. Bad, but good to watch. Yeah,
Hey, Chungus. Hold on a second.
yeah.
Hey, Fireball.
What?
So you have not watched it, right?
No.
Then on how good or bad it is.
I will say this.
I've heard, but
Have
I
you
can't confirm.
have you heard of the chicken jockey incident?
We
No.
talked about that previously, for the previous episode.
The chicken
Yeah.
jockey incident is all I'll say.
Hey, I have one more question for you, Fireball.
Hmm.
Are you an archaeologist?
No.
And why are you digging up old shit?
Shut the fuck up. Kick him out. Kick him out. Come on. Take him backstage. Let's go back to talking about
I'm
The
not
Last
gonna
of
do
Us.
it. I'm not gonna do it. He's not pissing both
No,
of
we're
us
done
off.
with the. Yeah, thank you, Chungus.
Well,
He's just
considering
mad because he got a
consider
big dig on, and it's a dig on.
considering
We're alive.
oh, well, let's go to GTA 6 then and let's tilt Godfather again,
That's
shall we?
fine. Go ahead. You can try and tilt me all you want. Come on,
Start us
take your
off,
best shot
Fireball.
there,
Go ahead.
Bucko. Yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
start us
So
off,
I
Fireball.
actually it's so funny the things that I've been seeing from I wouldn't say creators, but from people who are posting on the internet about this kind of about GTA 6. They're like, "Oh my god,
Fake news.
I gotta wait a whole fucking year for this now? What the hell's going on?" And then they drop the trailer and they're like, "Please, I want it now." Um,
Yeah,
and I'm really excited because I want to see gameplay. Drop us a gameplay trailer. All we're seeing are
I don't think they
cinematics.
can.
And here's a speculation that I've heard about GTA 6 is the single player's done. They're just working on online now because they want to drop online and single player together so that way they keep their money watering hole with online.
I can see it.
Because
I can too.
how much money that online has brought in with GTA 5, they
However, let me cut in here. That doesn't make any sense to me for one reason. If the single player was done, we would be getting gameplay videos on it. Well, hold on, Chungus. Hold on, YouTube knuckleheads. Look
Hold on to
back
what?
to Red Dead Redemption
we
2.
didn't get anything for Red Dead 2, did we?
Let it
Hold
get,
on.
let the man speak.
All right.
Fuck.
They
Oh, I got.
released a game with the single player only, and it took them another year or so to bring out the online. So maybe, just maybe, it, a little bit to Rockstar's defense, maybe they're wanting to bring a complete package. Maybe they felt like that Red Dead release wasn't a complete package. So maybe they're doing that on GTA 6.
Says the guy that was upset that they had to delay it anyway.
Well,
You were
Fireball,
very upset.
If you would have watched Talking Tuesday or Thirsty Thursday, you would know why everything has flipped.
And I will say this, and I mean,
Hold on.
talk.
I gotta fact check real quick. I'm sorry. I'm known for him. I have to. So again, we would not have seen a gameplay trailer yet. Even if, let's assume original launch date, right? This fall. Um, just like GTA 5, we wouldn't be seeing anything until around July or August, which the first gameplay trailer for GTA 5 released July 9th, the year of its launch. So
I
we
can't.
still would have had some time
Hey, Chungus,
going off of
I
before.
still, for the life of me, I cannot remember if Red Dead 2 had any kind of gameplay beforehand or even GTA
Give me a
5.
second.
I knew one thing for both games. I wanted those motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
It did not matter what the gameplay looked like on TV or in their trailers. I was buying the motherfucker.
Well,
So therefore, I can't remember if they had one or if they didn't have one, but it still goes back to my point that if you look back at previous projects, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't GTA Online come out
Like
roughly 4 to 6 months
3 4
after the
months.
single
Yeah,
story did?
some because it wasn't ready to launch.
Yeah. So maybe that was a lesson that they took back and they learned, and they said, we're
So
not going to launch this new product without it.
the
again,
first gameplay. Hold on, real quick for RDR2 to answer your question. They did have a gameplay trailer, but it didn't release until August of that launch year, and the game launched October 26th of that year.
so
So
we're
again,
gonna we're gonna see
a few months before
we're gonna
launch.
see a
Yeah.
gameplay trailer at around March,
This time next year.
March next year.
Oh no, we're
No,
too
because
far into May.
probably March or February.
That's
Honestly,
what I just said.
Late February, early March.
you
No
said
shit.
March only. You didn't say February. I said
Okay,
March, February.
but
We're February,
I don't think we
March.
talked about this the last time because this was also new when we were
Hmm.
talking about it. Consoles are only going to be stuck at 30 frames.
That's not a guarantee. Those are. It's not. It's speculation. Remember that. You got to state that. Rockstar has had
Yeah,
no
you have
specs
to.
about the game come out at all. If anything, what I've been seeing is that it's going to be stuck at 40 frames. But that's also not a guarantee because people were trying to analyze the trailer and see like there's the frame rate was better
Yeah.
during certain cinematics, and it's like it's a cinematic trailer. The cinematics always have higher frame rates. That's just how games operate.
Hmm.
They always do.
Well,
Those
Um,
those
it,
those cinematics
I
look really realistic though, and I'm like,
yeah, dude, the beer has physics. That's insane. Beer bubbles,
so
dude.
so I addressed this actually earlier on Talking Tuesday,
Tuesday. Yeah,
and like I told my viewers there, I said the amount of misinformation that we are going to get about GTA between now
it's gonna
and next
skyrocket.
May is going to be it's going to be like a presidential election year. And I'm not bringing politics into our podcast, but I'm just saying the amount of bullshit that we're going to have to wade through to find out good, solid information on this game is going to be ridiculous. It's going to take a lot of research. And like I told the Talking Tuesday and the Thirsty Thursday crowd earlier, I'm really not going to take anything for as gospel unless it comes from Take Two
Rockstar.
or Rockstar,
Yeah,
because we know we already have a mountain of bullshit out there. Now that they've given them more time, that mountain of bullshit's gonna it's just gonna go higher.
it's gonna skyrocket.
So, so my advice would be if you contact me or you contact Chungus or you contact Fireball, just tell us, hey, it's not confirmed. When we're on air, we're gonna get better at this, but we're gonna say speculation or we can't verify it. It's just like when you seen me talk about Grand Theft Auto 4, there's a lot of smoke. There is nothing coming back from Rockstar saying it's going to happen. But all of the reputable sources are starting to talk about the same thing. When you get 5 or 6 horses going in the same direction, where there's smoke, there's normally fire.
yeah.
Until I have the game in my library, it's not real. That's how I
Also,
always view it.
and this I haven't jumped on this game in quite a while, but I've been starting to see a lot of sources from Super Earth High Command and stuff of that nature. Helldivers 2, the Illuminate have attacked Super Earth,
No, it's not. They're not attacked yet. It's
or they're like one
you know
sector
how
away.
the yeah, they're a sector away now. And if you don't know what he's talking about, it's Helldivers 2,
I
which is a
said Helldivers 2.
you said Super Earth High
And then
Command.
I said Super Earth High Command, pause. Helldivers 2,
You didn't
the
say it loud enough. See how you heard me, and even though I whispered.
Helldivers 2. Better?
Good.
Okay. But Helldivers 2, they are getting very close to Super Earth. And I think. Oh. It's on you.
I know it's on me. Well,
Because
why?
you're missing.
I'm always missing.
Missing in action.
Fuck you, Chungus.
Tee.
But looks like I'm gonna have to log back into Helldiver. Oh, and they added something else with it where
Weapon
you could
customization.
weapon customization
Pl-
now.
You got to be concise. You don't
Hey, Fireball.
get it out, Junior.
What?
Hey, Fireball.
All right.
So, do we have any comments?
Chungus
Any
hasn't
comments
said
there, big
anything.
dog?
Or
Chungus
not.
hasn't. I'm right here. What do
Crest
you
Rider
mean?
hasn't said anything other than Oblivion is fantastic.
Nobody said it
We've
wasn't.
had
Nobody said it
we've
wasn't.
had a couple of comments on Facebook. Let me get to them real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Read them off.
Yeah, read them off. Read them in
Um,
wheat.
Unless
one
they're
of them is
slurs, then
personal, so I'm not going to read it.
don't
You can
read
go
them.
to Godfather and read it. Uh, however, uh, Kyle Chisholm said, "Good job with my name. Haven't seen you in years. Looks and sounds like you're doing great. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate the shout out." Sweet Kitty Pie got on, and I don't know what the hell she's trying to say.
You want to read it?
Can't see Hingis. What the hell is that?
Do I need to come over there and look at something? Hold on.
H I
I'll look it
N
up.
G I S. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Hinges.
Hinges? Like hinges.
Well, anyway, while we're figuring that out, um,
Yeah, he doesn't understand it either. Maybe the door? I don't know. I don't know.
she said anything in my chat?
Chungus is really hard.
No, we don't have anybody on TikTok right now, so I'm going back to Twitch. For all those that are currently watching and can't see Chungus, Chungus is kind of spazzing out trying to figure out what Sweet Kitty Pie is talking about.
It's not a misspelling. That's on purpose. The I and the E are too far apart for it to be a mistype.
Okay, and I don't have any comments on my Twitch, so we're
When
good.
okay, listen, Crest Rider, we were kind of past talking about Oblivion when I saw that, and I do apologize about that. But
How long ago did he send the message?
he said when you take forever to read comments, of course they fail to impact anything.
Hey,
He's
look
got a
here,
point.
Bucko.
No, he's got a point.
Yeah, he does. However, okay, so let's address the elephant in the room real quick. And it's really nobody in there. So, and we can make this one of our last topics. The Shire is approximately, I'd say,
60%.
85% done.
It was a 15
Uh,
minute delay, is what he says. I do apologize.
we've got we've got about halfway done of mudding and taping. We still have to paint, and then once we get done painting, then we have to move in as a collective. But then that's where all of the technical bullshit starts, where Chungus, Fireball, and myself are going to be sitting in different spots and checking audio. And then once we check audio, that will become our spot. And then we will be going from Stream Yard, which you're seeing up in that corner right there, to Stream Labs. Once we go to Stream Labs, then we will be able to see everybody's comments and we will be able to answer you a lot faster and more efficient. What Fireball and myself are doing right now is we're giving you a sneak peek at what is to come. Because when we go live on everything, oh, I hope it's going to be a party.
And I want to also state that when I do get into a topic, I do forget to look down at my phone when I have to read comments. So I do apologize about that. So hopefully,
ADHD. It's okay.
yeah,
But I do get it though, because when I was in California, I was trying to get Fireball's attention for like 20 goddamn
Well, I
minutes,
think it was
and I
because.
finally gave up on him.
Well, that's also because I think he was trying to get my attention on Twitch or on TikTok, and I had my Twitch chat up.
Again,
I can't have two chats up at once.
again, when we go to Streamlabs,
Yeah.
everything will be back to normal. So,
I have some bad news for the industry.
What is that?
ooh,
More layoffs?
wait a sec. Might be what I saw. Yes, I
Microsoft,
saw that too. Yes,
they're
3%
laying
of
off
its
6,000
3%.
more employees. And their
Microsoft?
justification for this, yes, Microsoft as a whole, they're getting rid of a lot of their management layers. There's, because there's a, let's say you're just some base level, entry level coder, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could probably have like 10 to 12 bosses above you before you get to an actual like supervisor, right? So they're trying to get
Is
rid
that
of
every
this like
company?
it is a lot of companies, yeah. So they're trying to get rid of the unnecessary management where it's like you don't really need that many people managing one person or like a group of people. You just need 1 to 2 at most, depending on the size. So I do understand it is very unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie. Layoffs of any kind, it's always rough. You know, you not having a job anymore and having to go out and find one. Of course, our sympathies go out. But with explanations and things, it starts to make sense when you start to have an understanding of how things are structured within that company. It makes more sense as to why they do it. Plus, again, corporations they love
You
they
know,
love making money, and if any way they can make
well,
money, they'll do it.
here's my one problem with that, okay? Especially for Microsoft. Some of the other companies, my heart goes out to those workers because they're being affected hard. However, Microsoft just completed gobbling up all these little companies, and now they have to start laying people off to the thousands of tune that you're just. I saw 3%,
No,
and
three
you're
percent
reporting a lot more.
equates 3% equates to the 6,000 people.
But back to what I was saying before
Yeah.
is they buy up these companies, these littler companies, and then you just turn around and lay them off. What, within a year or two? That's a bad look.
Well, reminder, they laid like 10,000 people off 2 years ago
Yeah,
in 23.
yeah, it's a bad look. No matter how you look at it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying it's a good thing whatsoever. I'm just stating it makes sense as to why they are doing it. Does it suck? Yes, still does.
Yep.
But
Well,
yeah,
boys, I think
that's
we're
some
out
of
of
the
time tonight.
what? Some I
Yeah.
mean, we can wrap up early, sure.
No, we don't have to. Got any more news?
There's only one more new piece of news I had, and that's
Go for it.
for any of those Max Payne enthusiasts. There's a rumor of the third Max Payne 3 being remastered. It's a rumor, speculation.
Please,
Nothing's guaranteed.
please. Hold on.
I actually happen to like the Payne game,
Max Payne is pretty good.
Please.
I
so
like the
Remedy
fact.
Entertainment is currently working on remakes of the first. It's already confirmed that they're working on the first two ones.
Okay.
Those are guaranteed. We're not
I
sure if it's the third one yet or not, but
I'm getting tired of remasters and remakes. I really am.
yeah,
But there are
Like
certain games out
if
there that
if
deserve it.
well, hold on.
that's what he's
If you
getting
got
at.
all that time and energy to do a remake or a remaster, then you have all that time to make a new story, bring out a new chapter. Because depending on how far back this game is that you are remastering, 90% of the work you have to do anyways. The only work that you don't have to do is the story and the goddamn characters' names.
You're half right.
I said I said depending on how far back the game goes.
No, not even depending on how far back the
Hold
game
on,
goes.
real quick,
I hold on, hold on, hold on.
No, because
Is a comment?
comment, yeah.
Okay.
Remakes and Crest Writer said remakes and remasters are often outsourced, not done by the main dev team.
Thank you. That was going to be my main
Very
point.
true.
But another point I was going to make was the sheer fact that yes, they have the baseline of what they would need. They don't have to work on the art direction, right? They already know what it looks like. It takes time to still make it look better, obviously with code and whatnot. But they don't have to go through the character development of like how does this character going to be designed? You already know how it's going to be designed. So they do have some leeway in like in that department of having some more available usage, and they do take up more time by adding details. That's what a remaster is supposed to be. You add more details to the environment, make it look better, polish it up, texture it. Because remember, making games is not easy on the code side of things. Coding is a fickle bitch. All right, I'm just gonna be straightforward to you. One day you can have everything set up perfectly and it works, and you go to add one single picture to it, and you know how to do that. It worked before, worked 30 of the times. You go to add a picture to it, and then you go to fucking look at the like. Let's for instance say you're setting up a website, right? And you add a single picture, and it just fucks everything up. And now you got to spend an entire day trying to fix it all, right? And it's like, why did this fuck up?
I mean, we
What the
should
fuck
ask
is
Sweet
going
Kitty.
on? That's my point. That was
No
the example I
mads are
was using.
paging Sweet Kitty Pie.
Yeah,
Sweet Kitty Pie, you're being paged.
that's my point. Like coding, even to that degree, you know, you're not making a multi-billion-dollar game there, but at the same rate, the same thing applies. You know, you try to
Again.
add in one pebble next to here. Oh shit! Now for some reason the player can equip horses on the top of their head. Why is that a thing? You know, again,
So hold on, I got some
anything can happen.
comments.
Coding is not easy.
An old friend of ours, Markiki,
Markiki?
Markiki, he
Wow.
said, unk speaking facts. Other unk speaking facts too.
Not us getting unk status. This is crazy. God damn it. Oh,
It's nice seeing
is this
you,
what it's like getting
Markiki.
old, Godfather?
So what?
Is this what it's like getting old? You just keep getting reminded about how old you are and how old you're getting. This sucks.
Yeah.
This sucks.
You know what game I really want to see remastered?
What's that?
Oh fuck!
Dead
Here we go.
Island.
Frogger. Oh, it's close.
Nah.
No,
Nah.
not
Ooh.
Dead Island 1 or Dead Island 2.
Chungus.
Nah.
Chungus says,
Why
"Let it
not?
die."
I'm gonna be honest with you. Because
Or the old Infamous.
Dying Light did it way back. I will agree with Infamous every single day. Remaster the entire series. Absolutely Infamous. Loved Infamous.
Or,
Ooh, I love Infamous.
What is that? What's that one game called? It was on PS3. My buddy.
I know which one exactly you're talking about.
Uh,
It's the one where you play as Alex Mercer, and then are you talking about that?
Prototype.
Prototype, yeah.
Mhm.
Alex, you play as the first one. You play as Alex again. Yeah, I know what game you're talking about. Second one was great. You played as black guy. Black guy got those powers. He's a fucking sarcastic motherfucker. I love
We're
that.
doing
Love that
good,
game so
Marky.
much.
Just doing the podcast right now. You got anything you want to like comment on game
Please
wise that you
be appropriate. No slurs. No anything like that.
Yes.
please, Marky?
Gotta
I don't-
specify for certain people.
I don't need to be banned, but if you have anything you want to say video game wise, you have the floor to say it. We'll keep talking, and if I see your comment, I will.
5 second delay.
Yeah, we
Yep.
got 5 seconds.
So I will say, as much as I am tired of getting remakes and remasters, when they are purposeful and meaningful, I love them. Like Oblivion.
Yeah,
that's
Oblivion.
a prime example. It's been 20 years. Putting that out in Unreal Engine 5, updating the graphics, you know, making it look nicer, bringing it to not only one new generation but two new generations. I can
20
understand
years.
that.
I'll agree with that.
You just
When
missed
it's-
our top or our whole tangent about that. He just asked how you guys feel about the delay of GTA 6 till next year.
I'm honestly thinking about jumping off a bridge. I'm not gonna lie.
2025 is a bust for me now. That's all I gotta
Don't
say.
say
about
It
that,
is
dude.
what it
There's
is.
too many. There's too many games out right now for me to play. I still haven't touched the remaster for Oblivion. I haven't
You
had
still
time
haven't
to.
touched it? Bro,
No, it's downloaded.
get your
I'm
priorities
waiting.
in order.
I have too many games in the catalog to play through.
Well, I mean,
2025 is a good year for us gamers in terms of games
okay,
releasing
yeah,
and their
you're
quality games. Plus the updates to older games that are coming out, like Ready or Not getting released to console. That's a huge deal. Crossplay, huge fucking deal. That game's great.
you and I are
playing with
still
other
playing
people,
Baldur's
even
Gate
great.
too, because now it's crossplay.
Brother, it is. There's just so many games that were good that they've added updates to be able to play with other people and add more to it. I was at like 140 hours in Baldur's Gate,
Yeah, and then you got him playing Star Trek Online.
and then I went to fucking 200. I'm at 200 hours now, by the way, guys. 200 hours.
I'm at
I put 60 hours on my own another single player playthrough. I'm not done yet. I'm still doing all the side content. It's probably gonna be another 100 hours until I'm done.
Yeah, speaking of Star Trek Online, were you shocked that
How
you
is
didn't
that
come out
going?
here and see me in a big battle?
No, I'm not surprised because typically I will say this:
he said,
as much crap as I
"Goddamn."
will give you, as much crap as I will give you for your skill in gaming, when it comes to those types of games where you're like, ah, yes, I control a vessel, captain on deck type situations, you are actually pretty decent
We
at those.
we
I will give
honestly
credit where
honestly
credit is due.
Hey,
You're
hey,
a pretty
stop.
decent tactician.
we need to get him to play that whole Star Trek Bridge Crew on the PS5.
He
Already done it.
has,
Oh,
but he doesn't. You don't pay attention at all. Interesting. Interesting.
well,
Nope.
considering the last time we had the VR headset, the dog chewed it.
No, you're still wrong.
I haven't seen you play that.
You,
That I have not seen you play.
That's because you don't pay attention.
I haven't seen you play your
That's
VR
because you
headset
don't pay
since you got
attention.
back from your year-long vacation.
Actually, I did,
he did.
and
Actually, I
then he.
remembered it. I do actually remember because I got invited over from Sweet Kitty Pie to play Beat Saber again because he was back and that's what he was craving for such a long time. That and more Mario Kart.
So suck it.
Markiki says just flaming fireball at this point.
Listen, he's
So
named Fireball for a reason.
yeah. So okay. So to answer your question, Chungus, Star Trek Online is a very good game. It really is. The the progression of vessels that you get, I feel like it is very measured.
Yeah.
The ground game, or when you beam to the surface, is another. It's very measured and very okay. The only dig I have at that game is trying to follow the quest lines
Okay,
is very very hard.
I got some
Man,
I got some
Stop.
comments.
Okay,
I got
listen, hold on, hold
comments
on.
I
I'm gonna
have
be nice.
too.
I'm gonna be nice. Hold on. I'm gonna be nice one time. Okay. Let people finish what they're saying and then interject. You gotta give them a break.
Y'all were
Give it a
clowning on
breaking
me
point.
for not getting my fucking comments in, and here I am trying to
Yeah,
get
but
my
that doesn't
comments in.
see you do the thing of not being at the middle ground. You're going either this or this. You can't go either direction. You gotta be in the middle, man.
well, what's these goddamn comments
All
since you
right.
Man,
interrupted me?
what's the comments?
Crest Rider says Infamous and Prototype were both amazing. He also said 8:45, which was 3 minutes ago. Fantasy Life, I come. He mistyped that. Fantasy
Please
Life
finish
comes
that sentence.
out next week after a 6 month delay, and then he says, and I get to play it Sunday because I have the deluxe edition. And then he said at 8:46, I'm at 106 hours of Baldur's Gate, and I've never gotten a game file on my own past Act One.
Okay, so back to what I was talking about. Now that you got all your stuff out of the way. The game
Oh,
And I
hold on, I
got
got a
being
comment.
the game being so loud,
I'm
the
listening.
game
I
being
am
what
listening.
it is,
when did it come
it
out?
rivals World of Warcraft. I'm not listening to you.
I, I, I said
I'm not listening.
I
I'm
asked
not
when it
listening to
came
you.
out.
I'm
Stop,
not listening.
stop,
I'm not
stop,
listening
stop,
to you.
stop. Hold on.
Here I am
I
trying
can
to
answer
engage
that.
in your
Hold on.
topics. I'm trying to engage in your topic, and you're like, I'm not listening to you.
He's speaking out the mic. It came out in 2014. Okay, it came out 10 years ago, basically.
Okay.
You done now, jackass?
I'm trying to tag along to this damn conversation so we can give you time to talk, and I'm trying to give you more to talk about.
I already have plenty to talk about, jackass. But this actually reinforces what I was about to say because I did not know when it came out. I didn't even look that up. Didn't care. It has a World of Warcraft feel to it. Okay. The quest lines are hard to follow,
Mhm.
and there is not a lot of the traditional canon in it, meaning the tensions between the Romulan Empire and the Federation. The Federation with tensions with the Klingons and the Dominion. There's a lot of the
Oh.
factions that are shut at you. There's a lot of they try and make it like a
Utopia.
utopian type galaxy, and I just feel like there's so much more they could do with it. They're just not doing it. So more than likely, I'll be playing this game for another week or two, and then I'm going to end up putting it down.
I don't know if you gentlemen have read or watched the movies of Dune. That is Dune, Dune, Dune.
Oh,
Uh,
Dune.
Dune,
Okay.
yes. There
I've
was a
I've seen
survival
it. I haven't
game
done
that
much.
came out for Dune,
Yes, there was.
and it looks pretty decent, actually. I have yet to
There
touch it.
was.
Again, it's another game in the catalog that I will get to at some point, but there's just a
Eventually.
lot eventually. TM, eventually. Trademark that.
We
That's my
are out
saying.
of time.
We are actually.
We are out of time now.
Before it was like,
I have to be the bad guy.
he used to be the bad guy.
Well,
That's normal though.
I text this to
Oh
Crest Rider
God.
anyway. He said, technically, I did not mistype it. The game title is called Fantasy Life I. Technically, quote unquote, Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time, end quote.
He's right. You're wrong, Fireball.
Look, I couldn't just interject and say, I'm sorry for being wrong because somebody wanted to talk about Star Trek.
It's
Well, that's
better than him
because.
talking about Starfield. All right, let's be real here.
Well, yeah. Hey, oh, that reminds me.
Nope, we're out of time.
No, and just like that, we are out of time, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for tuning in to the Nomad Gamers podcast. As always, I've been your lovable.
Hey, hey. We all three have a chance. Give it to Fireball. Throw us out of here.
Oh god, the fact that he didn't bring up Starfield at all until the very end, and though he kind of coerced him into doing that's we're still on streak for having
And I was doing it as a joke.
we still on streak for having one game be mentioned so many times in a single series.
At this point, we should get sponsored by Bethesda.
Yeah, right. Um, but today's for those who are watching live, it is Tuesday, so tomorrow morning at around 9 Central Time, I will be streaming. Um, it's either going to be Doom: The Dark Ages, um, Ready or Not, or I'm not too sure what else yet. I
Okay,
gotta
I
You're
will
never
venture
ready.
to.
I gotta take a look at a few things and maybe download a new game so we have something new to play. But other than that, I will be busy this weekend, so I will not be able
Oh,
to
for fuck's
attune
sakes.
into the podcast for Saturday. This was already talked about, and Godfather has been itching for this moment so I could go bike riding with him.
Hell yeah. About time you pulled up your pants. Put your big boy pants
Can you
on.
put him backstage so that way he doesn't keep interrupting us?
Mm. What's up, No Man Nation? So, if you're watching us live, it's Tuesday. If you're catching us recorded, it's Wednesday. So, if you're catching us live, I will be streaming tomorrow from 4 to 7. I'm not quite sure what game yet. It'll probably be Minecraft. I got a lot of work to do on there with Sweet Kitty Pie. And then Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, where we take a trip around the block and check out the news from our favorite games. Friday, I am going to be busy. Actually, let me retract that. There will be no Thirsty Thursday this week. I forgot about that. Uh, so I will try and do something Friday night, and then I will be
I thought you
streaming
said
all this weekend.
I thought you said Minecraft movie was gonna be Friday night.
Well, I'm going to have to stream. I got to give the people what they want, and they want Godfather. All right, Chungus, that's all I got.
So I don't have any video planned for this week, which I don't know if I stated this, but the going forward, videos will be released every 2 weeks at a minimum. Um, just to give me time to actually get footage recorded and script written up, things of that nature. Get a plan for said videos. I hope you enjoyed that Baldur's Gate 3 video. I put some creative juices into it. I thought it was good. It might not be. Let me know if you think it's good or not. It'll be over here somewhere. Click here, take it to that video, watch it or don't. At least let me know if it's good or bad, if you liked it or if you didn't like it, things you did like about it, things you didn't like about it. Tell me it's ass, tell me it's good, everything. I love getting feedback so I can improve and make content that you guys would like to actually see. Another thing I'm announcing, I'm going to be dabbling my toes within lore for games, going into a deep dive on certain games with their lore. And the first one I am going to start with will be
It's
Destiny.
Destiny 2.
Be Destiny series. It is the one franchise that I know
Sounds
the most about, and
sounds like
so I'll have to
sounds
get
like
touched
you're gonna
up
need to
on
play
the
the game
new.
again so you can get refreshed.
Nope. I'll just touch up on the. Listen, I have my ways to learn the lore without actually playing the game.
Come
It's
on,
called I
Chungus.
know. It's called I know how to read.
Come on, Chungus. No, you don't. You're a Titan main.
Hey, let the man talk.
Yeah. Stop it. Hey, you know what? Good point. He's backstage now, so he doesn't. So he doesn't interrupt me. So with that being said, I hope you guys look forward to those videos. That is all from me. Bringing it back to the main three. Bringing it back to the main three. Oh, Fireball's gone.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Assholes. Hurry up, Fireball.
Yeah, some of us have to,
Okay,
do
so
things.
I'll take us out first, there, Chungus.
Oh my
You ready?
God! I'm going. I gotta.
Ready?
Take us out. Yeah, go. Ready. Go.
All right. Peace and love. God's fathers out the door.
Ow, I hurt myself.
This is Kaiser Chungus. Ciao.
See you guys later. You guys know who I am. Also, I got a new shirt. It says, I don't care how big the room is, I cast Fireball. I think that's... Asshole!